welcome to the second episode of the One for Them podcast. Thank you for tuning in. What are you saying, cuz?
I'm good, man. What are you telling me?
Not much, really. Just it's been a good Sunday, Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mums out there.
Yeah, shout out to the mums out there, the Margies.
Me and my brother just cooked up a meal for my mum and my gran, really. That was it. But as I said, shout out to all the mums listening. Only the good ones, though. There are a couple whatless mums, but we don't chat about them.
Right, is that you chefing like that? Can you cook, though?
Oh,
Or is you chefing
Lowy,
up,
come
man?
on, G.
I don't know.
I'm chefing.
I don't know, fam. Yo, I've seen some students cook up a madness, fam. I've seen rice and beans and that. I'm talking Heinz beans. And
You couldn't grow up in...
I know
you've
experienced
grew up in and not be
the
able to cook.
You get me now? Nah, because I ain't gonna lie.
Go on, sorry.
I can cook up a few things, but I've got my specialities in it. It's like I ain't got a wide variety of things, but the things that I do well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, as long that's like how it should be, minimum. If you can't cook up nothing, if I chat to you, and even if not even a girl, just anyone, and you say to me, "Yeah, I can't cook," it has to be a frozen food thing, or do you get me? I'm like, oh, ratings for you's just gone down. I'm not gonna lie, because how can you? I don't get. Do you know the same way? I was saying it to someone. You know the same way how a lion needs to be able to hunt in it. That's how it's gonna eat. Human, you got to be able to cook food in it. Like that's.
Yeah.
Come on now.
But do you think, as men, we're expected to know how to cook though?
Regardless, I don't think. Maybe not expected. I think you should be able to, regardless, though. Because I think now it's both ways. I think loads of girls, you might not expect loads of girls not to be able to cook. Same way you can't expect man not to be able to cook. Do you get me? Because a girl out here are whatless.
I just feel like cooking, it's not even to say I expect girls to be able to cook, but I expect more girls to be into cooking, if you know what I mean. Even though now I think about it, the top chefs we know, it's all men, like Gordon Ramsay and
or the TV one.
Jamie Oliver and all them, the TV chefs, it's all men, but I just expect more women to have cooking as a hobby as opposed to a man.
I think as well. I just think like cooking, it's low key enjoyable. Do you get me? Like obviously, don't get me wrong. The set days, man, don't want to cook. Like, it's kind of a long thing. But when you chef up a meal from scratch and it stays in pan, you're enjoying that. And then man got in my kitchen, if I'm cooking, music's playing. Do you get me? So it's you can enjoy it still.
Nah, it's therapeutic still. Now you say that it's kind of therapeutic. But imagine, I remember back a day, man, when I was younger, I went to my brethren's house now, and his mom's cooked chicken, but she never seasoned it or nothing. She's cooked straight chicken and, Mr. Mash, like some powdered mash. I don't remember what excuse I had, but I just never ate that. I was thinking, I was looking at him thinking, how can you have this every day? This is what you have, this is what you eat.
But that's what I'm saying, they don't know no better. That's the problem. They don't know no better.
And the taste buds don't know no better, man.
That's why everything's spicy, bro. That's why anytime little bit of seasoning, everything turns spicy, man. Because they're used to just little no seasoning and little white piece of chicken. Not even a bit of herbs on the mash. Nothing. Straight potato, fam.
That's what I'm saying. Even with spice, some people just love spice, but I like a bit of spice, but I gotta have the flavor there, man. You can't just be putting down my mouth. You can't just be burning my mouth.
Yeah, I'm not on just pure spicy thing. I don't even do spicy like that because it's just unnecessary.
So you go nachos in. It's like who's the most manly in? I'm not Nando's. Who's the most manly in that?
Yeah. See, I'm not on that, bro. Couple times, if I go Nando's and I'm feeling it, I will get a lemon and herb. Because it tastes nice, fam. I don't care. I don't care, bro. I can get a medium. I can get a hot, but it's not. I'm not gaining anything from it. Do you get me? It doesn't. That's just the flavor. It's nice sometimes, isn't it?
So
man can deal with a hot. That's no problems.
When you're going to Nando's, you say with your chest lemon and herb. Don't they give you?
If I wanted it, I could say with my chest a lemon and herb, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fam,
if you're going to try and laugh at me because of a spice thing, then I know that you're just an idiot because I can take spice. That's been proven, to get me. But if man just wants that flavour, them seasonings, then I'll say it with my chest.
I guess, okay, it's coming like the, what's the Wingstop one? The lemon pepper. I get you, that's the, I guess so.
Yeah, but it's not on it's too spicy.
I've never had it, to be honest, but what is it? It's got flavour. You're telling me that's the one?
No, but that's the the seasoning in it. It's lemon and herb seasoning. The same way that because the medium and hot there, it's just peri peri in it, but it's just the spices are less in it. That's the only difference. Whereas
That's
the
what
lemon
I
herb, it
thought.
just tastes a bit different. It's just a little twang to it, innit? Do you get me?
I thought on the spice scale in it, you had like lemon and herb, mild, then you have hot, then very hot.
Mm.
So I thought that lemon and herb is cooler than mild in it.
But anyway, so it's that time again. As I said, we've not got a lot of structure on the show because it's not how we like to do things. But we will have a scenario of the week every week and a track of the week. Track of the week is at the end. So, scenario of the week this week, because
Let's go,
so
let's go. That's week
you're
was
walking
sticky
down the
stuff.
street, yeah. Nah, just this one's not a sticky one. Still, it's no cheating or nothing like that. Stay away from the relationships this week. So, you're walking down the street, let's say town, yeah, you're walking through town, a man comes up to you, briefcase in his hand, and he's gone, I can give you £1 million, yeah, £1 million, but this £1 million has been taken from 10 people's bank account. So that's, what's that, 1 million, 10 people, 100,000, yeah, out of 10 people's bank accounts, yeah. Now, some of them people would have, the money gets taken, they won't even notice, do you get me? They got it like that. Some people, it might be all the money that they've saved up, do you get me? So they're broke now, or that. Some people probably go into debt for the rest of their lives, do you get me? So some people won't notice, some people can mash up, but at the end of the day, you got £1 million in your bank account, yeah?
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
taking it. That's the thing, you're taking it.
I'm taking the milli. What is it right now?
Yeah, right now, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. You know what? I'm not even gonna take it, man. Because you know what? You know what it is. My mind state right now. I'm trying to get the milli on my own, like in my own right. Unless I've bought a lottery
Yeah.
ticket, then it's different, innit? But I wouldn't even be that bothered. And plus, I've got to live with the paranoia of is something gonna happen because got this £1 million like some scam.
Yeah,
So I don't
bad
want to end
karma
up
and
like
all that sort, them sort of things.
because look at Hush Puppy, fam. Look at Hush Puppy, innit? I don't want to. I ain't trying to end up like Hush Puppy, man. The
Jeez, is he still locked
Grammys.
up?
I think so. Yeah,
Is he
he's
still
still
locked
locked
up?
up, man. Yeah, I think so.
Ooh. I don't know if everyone listening is gonna know who Hush Puppy is, but Hush Puppy is like the GOAT fraud man in this thing. Do you get me? Like top of the top. I'm talking millions. I heard he
Super
helped
fraud.
flipping, yeah, super fraud. Them man. I heard he helped some. I can't remember if it was Chinese or Korean. Them man, fraud like nearly $1 billion or something like that.
Yeah,
And
he was
then
even
but
connecting the
then
football clubs, apparently, allegedly.
that's what I'm saying. But do you know what? That's what this question come from because I heard. Do you know Mahrez? Yeah, apparently some guy that was working for Mahrez, it might have been like his personal assistant or something like that. But apparently he was taking peas from Mahrez like every week, but like bare and then spending on hotels and holidays and all of that sort of stuff. But then Mahrez didn't even know. Do you get me? For like 2-3 months, he didn't even know. It's because his bank card was getting used in like next places, and obviously Mahrez is a footballer in it, so they kind of know where he should be and where he definitely ain't gonna be. That's the only reason they found out. But back to the scenario, you're a good man, you, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking it, bro.
But you're
I'm
taking
taking
the
a piece.
piece.
Yeah, I'm taking a piece.
1 milli. But then you see on the news,
I'm
like some old
taking a
woman, it was,
piece.
it's the only money I had left. I was saving it for a rainy day. You ain't feeling guilty, fam. Your heartstrings.
No, do you know what? I probably would, but there's two things why I think I'm taking it because I would feel guilty, but the guilt I feel won't outweigh what I'm gonna do with that money. Do you get me? Because I know if I make $1 million, I'm never going broke. My kids ain't never gonna be broke. My mum's living nice. Do you get me? What I'm gonna do with that $1 million is gonna outweigh my guilt. So to the point that I could live with it. Do you get me?
Nah, I know what
I'm
you're
gonna
saying.
be honest, straight up. Like, because yeah, it'll be peak. I just gotta think, oh yeah, that's just the one in it. I gotta think most of the people didn't even notice it. But I'm not gonna lie, for you not to notice 100,000 out of your account, you gotta have peas.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm saying.
even a millionaire is seeing that.
Because imagine if it was
You get
your
me, like,
savings
right?
that took, you'd be crying.
Yeah, it's peak. It's emotion. No, well, I'm not gonna lie, I gotta do it. So everyone listening as well, send in your voice notes and reactions to what we're saying and what you would do. Hit up the emojis, get us up in the leaderboards, all of that. I'm going to address the YouTube listeners as well because we've not done that. Everyone listening on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, all of that, yeah? So I think there's been a couple of things popping off this week. And I know my knowledge on it ain't 10/10, so we might not say anything too long, but I don't know if you got anything to say. So probably the biggest story of the week in terms of mainstream got to be the Royals, in it, with Meghan and the
Yeah,
Oprah
gotta
interview.
be.
Yeah, that's probably, I think that was right at the start of the week, but that's definitely probably been what's popping off the most. So it's my opinion on it. I didn't hear nothing I was surprised by or anything that would shock me that they said that. Do you get me? Whether they did say it or not, I don't know. It's all allegedly and them business there. I ain't trying to get Fed knocking on my door, but I wouldn't be surprised, about asking about the baby's skin color and concerns about the mum coming to the wedding in with dreads and all that. Like, I'm surprised by none of that. Think about how long the royal family's been a thing and the times that they've lived through and the ideals that they would have lived by. None of that can't shock you, if you ask me.
Nah, for real. And then, you know what? What I just got from that was they ain't looking to come back anytime soon. Like,
Yeah. That's
yeah, I was like, you
peace.
are,
I'm
yeah,
gone.
that's gone. Like, but you don't. They burnt the passport, man. They burnt the British passport or whatever. They just burnt,
Mm,
like, you know what I'm saying, just to. Because I thought, like, why wouldn't you just leave it at, when they just said that they left the Royals and they split and then they've gone off to
yeah.
America? Like, why didn't they just leave it at that? But they've made it a bigger thing now, a bigger issue now. So
Because
it's
that's
one of
a lot
them,
of people
really.
have said that. A lot of people were giving her stick to Meghan Markle, saying
Mm.
that she's dragged my man on TV and aired out the family's business. And I do see that side of it because there probably is. I don't know Harry personally. I don't know Meghan personally. But if that was me, I'm just gonna want to duck out private. I ain't telling everyone what happened. Everyone in the world needs to know what happened and what was said. The way I am, I don't need none of that. So I would duck out on a privacy thing. But I don't think that happens unless they both want to chat about it and tell everyone what happened. Because if they did say all of that to them, why they don't owe them nothing? Like, them not defending you. Are you mad? I'm airing out your laundry same way. And then you got the whole Piers Morgan thing. He's just a joke, man.
Pierce.
Really, he's jokes.
Oh, Pierce was hurt, Pierce is hurt.
But you see the maddest thing I read like yesterday or the day before. When my man was talking about he went out for a drink with her and all that. My man is been married. He was married before that.
What, he
So
was married when he went to the pub with
yeah,
Meghan
he's
Markle?
apparently he's married now. He's been married for like 10 years, and that happened 5 years ago. So
Yeah, is that how he
it's
does it?
like
That's how he's going on. That's how Pierce is going on.
that's what I'm saying. Remember I said to you, it's like it's mad because my man, was ranting and raving 6 a.m., bro, on national television. Like, do you know how mad a
That was
girl's got to have you
6 a.m.
feeling for you to be ranting at 6
Nah,
a.m.
6 a.m.
on
Nah,
national TV? Yeah, it's a myth.
mad.
It's a myth. And then he got sacked because of it. That's even worse. It's even more of an L. Or he parted company, however you want to put it. But it's mad.
His head just gone. His head just went, bro.
And then what's it called? The guy that he argued with. Do you know what? Like I said, knowledge on it even high. I ain't really seeing the clip too tough. I just know he was arguing with like the weatherman or something.
Yeah,
And then he
he's messing
stormed
the
out.
weather, man.
So it's like, yeah, you was rattled, head gone. Like proper,
Yeah,
his head
head
was gone.
gone. He must have just had that good conversation, man. Just stimulated his mind. You get me? He just you get me? Man couldn't get over it. Them ones like
Innit?
he's
But that's what I'm
come on,
saying.
Piers. He's probably been on how many dates?
All he did was chat to the girl. That's what I'm saying. She must have mashed his head up, man.
Mashed his
So
head
he
up.
was in bed at night thinking about that, like sleeping, wake up in the morning. Oh, do you remember when she said that? Like, because boy, I don't get how my man's on TV at 6 a.m. ranting, like I said, off a conversation one time. Not even like they were chatting for a couple months or anything like that.
But thinking about it, I can see what
Reckless.
hurt him because he said that he sent her in a cabinet. So he, in his head,
Mm-hmm.
after that meeting at the pub, he thought that she's going home, but he said it was a cab to the party where she met Prince Harry. So All them
Oh,
things there probably hurting him, thinking, I thought you was going home. Like, I thought we had a good night. You get me?
oh
He's
yeah.
probably gone to his house thinking about her. She's gone to a party, man. Party with the princes and that.
She was probably couldn't wait to get off, I'm like Piers Morgan, Yeah, it's mad.
You think he's coming across a bit bitter? Or has he
More
got
than
a
a bit.
legitimate point?
Because okay, here's what it is as well. Piers damn well does not know the truth. Do you get me? In terms of what like the thing between Meghan and the royal family. Like he definitely does not know. Do you get me?
But he's going
So
on
for
like
him
his
to be
adamant.
ranting like that, that's what I'm saying. So it is coming across a bit bitter because you can't be shouting and ranting and raving, and you definitely don't know the answer. Like he definitely doesn't know.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
it
leave
is.
that be,
It
man.
seems like there's something behind it still.
You couldn't take it. You couldn't take the path.
Sometimes you just gotta live with it, fam. Especially as well, my man's a prince, bro. You ain't winning that one. Piers
Saying
can win a
hold
lot.
it.
Do
He's
you
a
get me?
prince
He
and he's
can win a
younger than
lot.
you.
He ain't winning that one though.
You're not winning
Yeah.
that one for real. Just hold it, man. You get me? No one's expecting you to get Megan. You get me? If he had pulled that off, come on. If Piers had pulled that off, we'd have been looking at it differently now. Imagine if Piers
In
was
it.
with Megan now.
Yeah.
We'd be looking at him
Ratings. You
differently.
have to.
Ratings. That's what I'm saying. We rating you for
You
it. You know
fully
when you
have
said
to.
that he tried and it didn't work. We rate him. We applaud you for that. But just don't be bitter after, man.
Bro,
You get me? Don't be bitter after.
I say most things in life, I think it can be related to football, innit? Piers shot, keeper saved it. You take your next shot, you move on, innit? You don't
This is
miss
what
your
I'm
shot and
saying.
then that's woe is me. You gotta keep on shooting, fam. Move on.
But
So it is, bro. On to the
Piers
next
shot.
one.
He was like Swindon in the FA Cup final against Liverpool. We don't expect you to win. You get me? We
Did
rate you
it?
for being there, just for
Did it?
being there. You get me? You should
But
have been at the
do you
final.
know them ones where he hit it and he caught it. He thought he caught it sweet in it. So in his head, that's flying top bins. Do you get me?
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
thought, yeah, this is money, cash. Shot was dead, fam. They even didn't cause no trouble.
No dip in it. It
Dead.
didn't come back down in it. There was no dip in it.
Dead. Got a couple of voice note messages, so we'll listen to them. See what people are saying.
Don't all black men cook anyway? I swear that's just something. I swear that's the thing. Or is it African men? I don't know.
Ooh, nah, I can't speak for the African men, but I know most yard man that I know my age are chefing everything as well. It's not even locked off to the one man are making Chinese dishes. I see that man the other day cooking up sweet and sour chicken. Next day, my man's making stewed fish. Do you get me? So it is proper.
Yeah,
I
man's messing.
think,
Nah, you're serious when you're messing with the fish. You're a serious chef, though. When you
yeah,
can do
in
things
it.
with the fish, that's when you know. You get me? When you see a man steaming fish and them things there, yo, serious chefing.
What's it called? On to the next one.
I kind of miss some of it in it, yeah. But if I can't go pen, if I can't go pen, run me that money. I don't care who it's come from, who it's been taken from, how he got it. Just run me that peas and I'm gone. If I can't go pen, then yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's backing up what I'm saying. I'm taking a piece from because I think, do you know what? When it comes to certain things, I'll say it straight. Man's selfish in it. When it comes to like getting mine in terms of life, like being successful and whatever, I'm more often than not I'm gonna take the selfish decision because ain't no one 9 times out of 10, you're not being given nothing in it. So the one time man might be giving something, taking it from, got to be done straight. I think what was in the next story, we had that like I said again, I'm no bits what I've seen on the news and I know the majority of what happened, but that I don't even want to get the girl's name wrong. Is it Sever? Killed with yeah, Sarah Everard. That's her name. Sarah Everard. That's how you say it. So do you know the story? Like what, like the events of what happened and all that sort of stuff.
I just seen the headlines really that she was in the park and one cop's been arrested or something and 4 police officers are involved or something like that.
Yeah. So I think one police officer done it, But obviously, I think when you're in the police, you work with other people, innit? So I think they're questioning the people he works with. That he works with as well. But my mum said today, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. My mum might just be on the WhatsApp stories and all them sort of ones there. But she was
What's
saying
that
that
mean?
yeah. So she was saying that apparently the police were already not investigating my man, but like watching him in it, just keeping an eye on him for like suspicious behaviour already.
What is this
So if
before her
that's
disappearance?
yeah. So like 2 weeks before they were already watching him. Like I said, I don't know if this is fact or not though. So, but it just comes again. It's just another one of them stories where it's just I don't know. It's not the most surprising thing in the world to me to hear that there's corrupt police officers and that dodgy shit's going on, because I think that's just how it's always been, really. Like, obviously, can't speak for all of them, but unfortunately, that is how it is. And then they had like a gathering for her yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, they had a gathering for her yesterday, and then police turned up. I was thinking, well, I don't get why police have got to be there anyway. But then I guess because of COVID and that, they kind of had to break it up. But again, there's like a way to go about things. Like, there shouldn't be pictures of people getting arrested on the floor and all that in handcuffs at them sort of events. You get me?
Yeah.
And I just think it comes down to the policing in this country is a bit all over the place sometimes, man.
For real, man. I just feel like
Yo, Waam for them. All I gotta say about the Royals is fuck the Royals. They got my guy Harry, Meghan. Yeah, man.
it's a real yard, man. Man, silent H. Man's Harry.
That's what I'm saying. No, but do you know what's mad? Because that's a good point, because Jamaicans love the royals, and the Queen and that. Have you ever noticed that, like, growing up? So that's a good point, that, I never even thought about that. And I've never understood it, like, where does it come from? Because I swear Yardies love some random stuff, man. Celine Dion. Yardies love a Celine Dion.
And it's just a random, they just pick one mad patriotic act or something. just hold on to it. Like,
love him. I've heard the Queen get mentioned in Vibes Cartel verses and that. Like, Jamaicans love off the royals, man.
Paisley's shot was a 50-yarder that was going nowhere. All right.
Same. See what I'm saying? Everything comes back to football. It's standard.
The police officer, a couple of weeks before, the police officer exposed himself in a shop, like, sexually to someone, and they was investigating him for that, but people are arguing that why wasn't he suspended while he was being investigated for that?
Oh, so that's what it was.
Oh,
so yeah,
been suspended.
Yeah. So the WhatsApp news was half right, fam. It was half right. So he exposed himself. That is a bit mad. That he's still just, but it does him being, oh no, because you said he arrested. I was gonna say, does him being suspended even stop that from happening? Because I feel like that's just the actions of a madman. Like, there's a lot more that needs to happen for that to be stopped. Do you get me? But let me see what was. Oh, Bouncer and Corleone, them two fighting 300 racks on the line apparently in an MMA fight. I rate that it's an MMA fight though.
Oh, it's
they're
an
two
MMA
big
fight,
guys.
it's not a boxing fight.
Yeah. No, I think Little Man's fighting on it as well, on like the card, but his is a boxing fight. But the Bouncer and Corleone thing is an MMA fight.
You reckon Corleone push for the MMA?
I don't even know. I'm backing it. It was more Bouncer said MMA and Corleone was just on, yeah, whatever. That's what I'm backing.
I've got Bouncer on Snapchat. He's always training boxing.
They both look slow though, I'm not gonna lie, man. But they're big guys, so if one of them catches, it's peak. I
feel like Bouncer just got a bit of technique from just from what I've seen, what they've put out there. Like Bouncer just looks like he's just got better technique. And then you got the lactic acid when you're that muscle bound like Arms Corleone. All that stuff.
Like I said, I don't know where this 300 racks comes from though, because that's not light peas. And from what I've seen, the sponsors are all like meme pages, I'm Just Bait and all them UK Gossip TV. So who's paying? Where's the 300 racks coming from?
Yeah, between them, I'm sure they can get 300 racks. They can
I
put
think-
up 300 racks. They're gonna make back more than 300 racks then if they're gonna put that much up.
They must have, but have you got to pay to watch it then? Is it pay-per-view thing?
Pay-per-view, yeah, because even the little man
Ooh.
fight, that was like a pay-per-view, £5 pay-per-view, I think.
Ooh. I guess it depends how much it is. It can't be no
Yeah,
20,
but
25, 30 pounds.
what if they
Can't
get
be nothing like that.
£5 pay-per-view and then 100,000 viewers? So what's that? 500,000 or something.
Mm.
You made that back already. Plus 200k.
So it is a gamble though.
It is a
It's-
gamble, kind of.
It is, but I don't take the gamble unless you're gonna make the peas. I guess they ain't idiots. Well, I don't think Carly Orr has nothing to do with it. I'd bounce away no idiot. I'll put it that way. But I can't even. I don't know what it's MMA fight between them two. I just see it there hugging and holding, fam. I feel like that's what it's gonna end up. That's why I like it. I prefer it when the celebrities and that do the boxing, because even though it's reckless and the technique's mad, they've got to stand up and throw punches in it. With the MMA thing, I can just see him ended up hugging upon the cage after a couple of minutes because they're tired or something. Either that or someone just gets knocked out hella early, fam. Just caught with one. What do you think about the YouTube boxing and that though? Like Jake Paul and KSI and all them. Because you're into boxing. Boxing's your thing, innit? So
Yeah.
what are you talking?
At first, I was into it, man, but now it's just the way it's going. I'm not really feeling it, man. I'm going back to my purest ways, man. I'm like, I can't. I don't want to see this, man. Like this Jake Paul Ben Askren. I don't want to see it, man, because it's like if you have any fight knowledge, you know Ben Askren's got no hands, man. So you just you're just fooling the general public at this point, like, and then you're just giving them dead fights. Like it's not competitive for someone who watch. Not even just if you watch boxing. If you just not watch fighting in general, you're just gonna be like, nah, that's not an intriguing matchup just off the bat.
Yeah, because I think, like you said, Ben Askren ain't got no hands, and I think you can go on YouTube. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like some backyard fighting, but they've got a ring and that, and it's a little promotion, and them man are scrapping on there. That's probably better, not better quality, but better entertainment in it. Because I think the only reason that them man can legit have to do that is entertainment. To get me, like it's not. We ain't professional athletes, and you're not gonna see mad technique. And you see things that are going to blow your mind, but you're going to be entertained. And some of them YouTube fights and that. These men are just idiots, man. They ain't. There's nothing to it.
I don't mind a fight of two guys if they're both evenly matched. It's just when one's just like he's more skilled than the other, and you can just see it's just a dead fight. Then. Or like they both got no skills whatsoever. It just turns
So
into
what about
match.
So he's fighting Ben Askren. So let's say he gets through that because apparently Tommy Fiori wants to fight.
See, now that's interesting.
I ain't seen Tommy Fiori fight, but all I've seen is the record of the people who he has fought. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Like it's terrible. So can he even fight?
But I think that's a bit.
Man, I've got like 50 more losses than wins. Like it's terrible.
But they're both like the same kind of skill level, I'd presume. Like just off the records, like they've both fought no one who can fight really. So let's see them against each other. They both look the part.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. If Jake Paul won that though, then he can make a claim to be a pro boxer. Because my man's a pro boxer.
Yeah, because Tommy's a pro. Even though, as you're saying, the guys that he's fought, the records are questionable.
Very. I think when it comes down to it, back to the boxer Corleone thing, I think it's just a money thing, innit? It's promotion, entertainment, get your P's and get out. I can see both of them trying not to get knocked out. Do you get me? Like, when they're fighting. Because I just don't see them both coming out swinging bombs, maybe for the first 30 seconds, but after maybe a round or two, I don't know how many rounds it is, but after like a feeling out process, I think both of them will just try avoid the memes in it. Because them memes for one of them could be peak, because they're big guys. So them dropping could be jokes.
So say you was to have a boxing
You get
match.
anything? Go on.
Say you was to have a boxing match, yeah? You could get 500,000 and you're guaranteed to win, or 5 million, but you've got to get knocked out. Which one would you do? And it's on national TV. The whole of Britain's watching.
500,000 and I win, or 5 mil and I get knocked out. I'm
Yeah,
getting
and you got
knocked
the
out.
fam front row. You got the fam front row and everything.
Yeah, I'm getting knocked out.
But you being a meme.
As long as there's no lasting damage, like physically, mentally, I could be a meme, bro. If I've got 5 milli for it, then boy.
Fam, but
I'll
I
take
know
it.
you're
Bun the
competitive and you're an
internet.
athlete, fam. You're gonna be able to
Yeah,
hold that
but
L.
bro, bro, if the bag is there, I'm
The bag's
chasing it,
more
I'm
important.
grabbing it.
The bigger bag, but you still 500,000.
Right now, if I was a legit boxer and he said that to me, I would say no. This is my thing. Do you get me? I'm good. Boom. But if you're saying me right now, hop in that ring, 5 milli, you get knocked out. I'll take it, man. I'm not gonna go if I can just fight, but I know I can fight like normal. Like I'm not trying to get knocked out. I'm not going out there just sticking my chin out and just acting stupid. But I'm just fighting, and I get knocked out, and I get 5 mil. I'll take it. I'll take that. Therefore, I'll take being a meme. Bun the internet, fam, man. I'm one of them people. I put down my phone. The internet ain't touching me, bro. Do you get me? Like,
if I took that, I'd have to delete Instagram.
Yeah, my internet like profile isn't heavy. Do you get me? So if man are laughing at me on the internet, then I can put my phone down and don't matter. I don't play football manager.
Man can disable my comments. You get me?
Yeah, plus I feel it when these athletes say the people that are laughing at you and corning you, they literally ain't on your level. They're not on your level. Do you get me? So who are you to affect me? Like, go away from.
That is true. When you think about it like that, it's true. They're not even in your position. They'll be hating.
And then, I don't know if you've seen it, Dave and Fredo, whatever the heck you say his name.
I just saw that today. Funny you say that.
Yeah, gone on holiday and Dave put up pictures of him on the boat, the yacht and that. And just bare light-skinned girl or white girl. I can't remember which it was. But they weren't dark skinned in it, at the point. So Twitter are getting onto him again and bringing about this whole cancel culture. Yeah. So it's like, I just think, like I said, the people that are piping up, first of all, they don't even know the guy. That's the first thing. So how can you just because man took a picture with a bunch of girls ain't saying nothing, don't mean that you know him to be chatting about he's this and he's that and he's wrong for that. Plus, man can do what he wants to do. He ain't breaking no laws. He ain't hurting no one. Do you get me? That's how I see it. I think it's just fake outrage, innit? Most of the whole cancel culture is just fake outrage.
No, for real.
Go on.
I feel like though, like as well, how can you ridicule someone for having their own preference? Like, I feel like you should just be allowed to have your own preference as long as you're not like negative towards other people with it or nothing. But if that's what you like, that's what you like, innit? It's on you, innit? It's like the babies thing. What's it when she said that about that yellow?
Oh, that Danny Lee, Danny Lay,
yellow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just fake. Okay, how can she make a song saying he wants a yellow bone, she's a yellow bone, yeah, and then people get outraged by that? How does that mean anything negative towards you? Do you get me? It doesn't. You can take it like that, but just because you take it like that doesn't mean that everyone has to apologize and you've been treated wrong. Do you get me? Just because it's upset you doesn't mean it's wrong. I'm not saying you can't be upset. You can be upset about what you want to be upset about, but that doesn't mean that other people are wrong and you should be outraged and that. It's all fake, man. Just trying to get. It's just, I don't know, clout in it. It's like you get Dave cancelled. You get clout in their world, innit? In my opinion, you still an idiot. Whether my man gets cancelled or not, you still an idiot. But I guess it means something to them. Did you get anything sent in?
I think we already touched on it, man. It was about the Piers Morgan thing.
Oh, is that what you got? Yeah.
Yeah.
People listening, send in some voice note questions and scenario stuff. I'm gonna go through the Insta DMs now and see what we got sent in. Give me 2 seconds. Again, for everyone on YouTube listening, like and subscribe, comment below, share, all of that. Comment below questions for the next week, because once we start getting questions on the YouTube as well, then that can be a segment for the show for the next week. So we've got one here sent in on Instagram. Opinions on your girl/man having best friends from the opposite gender.
Oh, we're getting back sticky this week again. Is that how we going?
We might have to keep it that way for every week,
yeah.
bro.
These scenarios, man. You may as well call them sticky scenarios. The way it's going.
In it on sticky ones. So yeah, opinions on your partner having best friends is the key word, not just friends, best friends from the opposite gender. Go on, yeah.
I'm thinking straight up, like, when I met her, did she have friends of the opposite gender, yes or no? If she did already, that's when I met her. Yeah, I feel like you just got to accept that if you're going into a relationship with someone, like, you've got to accept them, how you met them. So if you went into the thing and that's how it was, like, why would anything change, really?
True. Yeah, that is facts. I think, I agree with you. There's no problems with it, you get me? If best friends, especially on the man side, can get a bit too friendly sometimes, you get me? So I don't think you can change anything about that person, but I do think if that person has a genuine concern, like if your partner has a genuine concern about your best friend acting too friendly with you, I'm not saying you got to do something about it. I'm not saying you have to block the girl and stop chatting to her, but you do have to kind of take note of it. Do you get me? You can't just completely dash it to the side and act like it's stupid. If it is something stupid, then it is stupid. Because if it is something stupid, then yeah. But I do feel like you do have to kind of just take note, because it could be something you don't even see. Do you get me? You couldn't even be seeing it like that.
Because say, like, even before you got with your girl now, say the dynamics of your friendship was a bit flirty and that, but now you got a girl, the dynamics of the friendship's got to change in a way, innit? Or vice versa. The girl, you're a girl, there's a girl, she's got a male friend, and they was a bit flirty. Now you're in there. Now you expect that dynamic to change a bit, innit? You can't be as like that flirty again, innit? I guess.
Yeah, because I think that defo does happen, and then that's when they say, "Oh no, it's always been like this." To get me, I mean, that's why it ain't happening.
Yeah, you come with that.
You do have to kind of change it, because especially if you don't take what they're saying into account, that's you're a bit. And they could just take that as in like not that you don't want to be with them, but like I don't really. Your opinion on this certain subject don't really matter, when in reality, actually, it's kind of important, because if some next man's flirting with my gal and I'm telling my gal, yo, I don't know if my man's flirting with you, but he's acting a bit weird, and you're just like, oh, no, it's nothing. I'm gonna think, Ross, is that all you want to be going on like that with him? You know what I mean? You might want it. That's what I might think. You might want to be flirting up with him. Like, right, can't be moving like that.
Would you guys prefer to date like within your culture or from your culture? Like, do you think that you could be with a white girl or be with an Asian girl or whatever?
I ain't got no type.
That's facts though. I do think the culture thing's different though. When it comes to types, as in skin color and all that sort of stuff, I wouldn't really say I was bothered. But I do think, not within your culture, but them understanding your culture is important. Do you get me? Like, you can't be from complete opposite ends of the scale, if you ask me. I don't see how that works. Because the things that you enjoy and the things that you see on Twitter and Instagram, you've got to be able to share that with your partner, innit? You've got to be able to laugh about them certain type of things, watch the certain type of shows and that. Do you get me? Whereas if you're from a complete other end of the scale and you don't get nothing from the world that I'm from, then it's just that's dead in it. Because what you're gonna talk about, what you're gonna do when you go out, all that sort of stuff. Like, so I ain't got a type, but I do think the culture thing is definitely important. Like, let's say you're in your yard, Sunday you're cooking and you put on the Sunday tunes, you get me? Might dash on some Beres Hammond or something like that, do you get me? And then the girl's looking at you like, this is shit, what the fuck is this? You're gonna feel some type of way, do you get me? Definitely are. So I feel like that's important. The whole culture thing. What you saying?
I feel like, yeah, what you're saying, but or they've got to at least be able to embrace it in it. So even if you don't know about the culture, like be willing to
Yeah,
embrace
yeah,
it, or
yeah, yeah.
like if I'm playing like a tune, like even a bashment joint, and you just hate the tune, you can't stand it. That can't work. You get me? Imagine like you're
Yeah,
putting on
that's
one
what
of
I'm
your
saying.
them spangers like that you listening to when you grew up, and then she's like, "Oh, I hate
Mm.
that shit. Turn that off." And all that. You be like, "Nah, that can't work." You get me? Like
Yeah, that
the same
therefore.
way, like I'd have to be willing to embrace their culture and try look a bit of their cuisine and that. Am I feeling it? Am I not feeling it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a give and take sort of thing. It's a give and take because I've spoke to girls and they were on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Like they grew up in a completely different way to I grew up, watching completely different things, and it doesn't work, man. When it gets down to it, and you actually like try to just talk about certain stuff, they say certain stuff, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Nah, that can't run. And especially because, and then if eventually you're gonna meet their family and integrate like that way. So what? When every time you go to a Mazia, you're just there uncomfortable because they're up to some stupidness.
No,
Like,
trust
no.
me. Now, for real, that's that. Now you say that, that's the depth, really. When you get over the initial attraction, that's the depth, like the culture and all that other stuff. That's what keeps you interested, like, because you after seeing someone's face how many times, you can kind of get over that how they look at it, but it's what the layers underneath.
Yeah, facts. I think sometimes that's why I'm not saying man knows straight away what do you know, like when you meet a girl and you chat to her, you know what it is in it, you know, okay. To get split up into lanes in it. So one lane is this is defo just a one time thing. It ain't happening again. That could be because you shouldn't be beating it. Do you get me? Like, or you don't really like her that much, and you're kind of drunk, and it's there, so you're taking it. Or the other lane is, do you know what? Man might see where this one's gonna go in it. The girl's nice. Boom, boom, boom. And then the other one where, do you know what? I'll take my time with this one. She could be a wifey, so I take my time. So I think that's why man know, because as soon as you speak to a girl, she's obviously going to be good looking, but that depth to it decides where you're going in that sort of lane. Because if you know I've chatted to this girl and she's going to be annoying me by tomorrow, like I ain't got nothing in common with this girl. So I think that gives you the gauge of it proper early.
Yeah, for real. So what you're saying, yeah, if now, hypothetically speaking, yeah, you bring a shorty home, yeah, you bring her to the Marj, yeah, Marj ain't feeling her. You're bringing it to Nan. Nan ain't feeding her. You're bringing it to cousin. That cousin ain't feeding her, fam. You get me? None of the fam feeding her, fam. What are you doing? But you're feeling her though. You're feeling her 100%. Like
Because
this is the best relationship you've been in. What are you doing?
that's mad though, because I don't see how those. I get how those could happen, but for me personally, I don't see how that could happen. There must be some sick reason why I am feeling her. Do you get me? Because if
Mm.
I'm, there's two things. There must be a sick reason as to why I am feeling her, and the reason. When I say to my mum, why don't you like her? If she's not coming with a proper answer, with some stupidness, then I can't say I'll dismiss it, but then I might be able to just be a bit like, you know what, like, I'm not dead in this because you're telling me you don't like her because I don't know, it's just some stupid reason in it. Do you get me?
Mm.
It depends on the reason why they don't like her.
They're just like the vibes, man. The vibes are off. The vibes.
That's what I'm saying. If there's no specific reason, the vibes are off. It's one of them because I've got to follow what I'm thinking. Do you get me? And then
No, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. I'm with you all the
I think
way.
you've got
But
to follow what you think because you can't let that decide it. I think that is important though, because if I took a girl home to my mum and my mum didn't like her at all, I'd be like, right. Because I know I'm not going to take a girl home to my mum unless I know my mum's going to like her. Do you get me? Like when I took a girl home to my mum, I've only done it once and I knew like I'm good in it. I ain't even got to worry. Like it is whatever. So if I'm like, thinking like that and I take her home, my mum's like, I'll bring a stupid girl back to my house. I'm going to be like, right. But I do think you've got to go with what you think. Because at the end of the day, my mum ain't spending no time with her.
and if for real,
Do you get me?
that's a,
Like, my mum's not spending no time with her. My mum's not going to be going out with her. So,
உங்களெல்லாம் யாரா விட்டு வச்சது போட்டு தள்ள மாட்டாங்களா நீங்களே ஏன்டா இருக்கிறீங்க கருப்பு பசங்களா?
You understand any of that? Cause
I thought I was gonna leave that one to you still.
nah, don't do the languages there. You know, don't do the languages there.
I thought you're not bilingual in that.
Man speak like a yard man and Queen's English, bro. If it ain't none of them, then nah, I'm lost, bro. Let me go back to see what we're in.
You watched the All-Star game, the celebrity one with Quavo and that Harlow and 2
Oh
Chainz
yeah,
and Lil
yeah,
Baby.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, all I see from that is Lil Baby acting a fool, bro.
Yo, that's what I was gonna say. Lil Baby, Brick City, man. He's got some alright handles though. I can't say nothing yet because I'm not a baller like that. Like I'm not a hooper, but like his handles to me, they seemed okay. But he just other than that,
From what I seen, I just seen bare memes that was saying you can tell Lil Baby ain't never been in a gym.
nah, he can't hoop. Nah,
Like
he can't
the
hoop.
the warm up and the stretching and that is like, yeah, you
Nah,
ain't never done this before.
I don't know why he did that to himself. They must have given him a big bag for that. Like, you know, like,
I'm saying because they were all playing for P's, really. They must have all got something. Because I know 2 Chainz and Quavo hoop. I've seen them hoop before. But the other people that were doing it, I'm thinking, you ain't normally here. Like, why are you here? But they must have got something from it.
Chainz can hoop though, man. Chainz can hoop, man. 6'6" or something.
He's tall, bro. I think that's where he played in college. I swear he played in college. Like, he got to a decent level. There was a lot of releases this weekend, actually. Music. Have you listened to any of the music that come out recently?
Who's dropped?
I think that Central C, he dropped a whole mixtape thing. What, have you heard any of his songs?
I think I heard that 6 for 6. Or is that what the mixtape's called?
It might be. Nah, it's called Wild West, but that's one of the
Yeah.
you know,
I've
like
heard
the
that 6 for 6.
singles.
Yeah, 6 for 6 joint. That was hard.
I think my man's good. You know, I've seen a lot of people give it criticism, but I just think when people are criticizing music now, I just feel like they're gonna criticize it regardless. Do you get me? Like, I think a lot of people saying it all sounds the same, but the way that my man makes music, it doesn't sound the same, but the beats are kind of similar. Do you get me? And I don't think I listened to. I don't think I made it right until the end. It's like 14 tracks, but I made it like 10 tracks, and I wasn't like tuned out or nothing. Do you get me? Like, I think the last album I listened to and it all sounded the same was The Babies. I can't remember what it was called, but the newest The Baby thing, and I zoned out of that because that all sounded exactly the same. The Central C thing, I'm rating it. I think as well. My man only popped up a couple months ago, and he ain't dropped a bad track yet. I can't really fault him, to be honest. I think Digger D dropped something that went recently though. That was like a week or 2 ago. Have you heard that? Well, you don't listen to drill like that, so I'm asking you about drill
I don't.
artists.
But see, I don't listen to drill. But if I'm tuning in, I'm listening to Digga D. You know, I mess with Digga D stuff though. I listen to some of that stuff.
I didn't listen to Fredo's thing. I'm not listening to Gets' thing. I listened to Chip's thing. I'm a Chip fan, but I'm not a Chip album fan. I'm a like freestyles and them sort of things. I think it's called. But in albums, I don't know. I couldn't name your album that was like of Chip. So yeah, that's cool. I'm more of a. Do you remember the Daily Duppy or them sort of ones?
them singles kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we was doing a UK versus because Swiss Beats he sold some of verses and it to Triller the app. But say he was doing like UK versus, who would you put Chip up against? Like who do you think's got the catalog the mess with Chip?
Who would I put Chip up against?
Yeah, who'd you put Chip?
Ooh. Chip.
Hard one.
I'm thinking because it's gonna have to be like a boss man.
Who's in the shortlist?
Okay, let me draw for the Spotify and little artist.
I'll tell you mine.
Because really, it can't be no. Say that again.
I'll tell you mine where you draw for yours, innit?
Yeah.
Who I'd potentially put him up against? Because I'm thinking catalog. So
Mm.
Even though it's not even my personal cup of tea, I would have to say either Tiny Temper,
Okay.
Dizzy Rascal,
Oh, yeah.
Gigs maybe. Different kind of
Mm.
sound completely, but someone like that kind of, you know, the top dons in the UK who charts wise, like who's been up there in the charts. I feel like you'd have to put him in that kind of category. I don't think you could put him with the new school guys. I don't know. It depends how you'd be trying
Yeah,
to
that's
do
what I'm
it.
saying. Because I was thinking catalog, you kind of have to go kind of back because Chip's been there. The first person I thought of was Gets. That was the first
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah, who that's called. Because bars, both
Because when
bars
I
as well.
think, yeah, when I think of bars, I think of Chip and I think of Gets as well. That was the main one. I didn't even get past Gets. I'm not gonna lie, but I think Dizzy Rascal's a good shout as well. I just think because of more recently, Chip's killing Dizzy Rascal because of the more recent ones. Do you get me? Especially, it depends who's listening as well. If like 18-year-olds are not listening, then it could be a bit peak. Because they'll defo know more Chip songs. I think that's what I'm
The
saying. I
bigger
think
no,
when it
Dizzy Rascal, yeah.
comes, that's a good question because I think it highlights that Chip's been here for a time making bangers. If you ask me, because I know a lot of people don't like him, but I think the people that don't like him, it's not a music thing. Do you get me? They don't like him to say he's cocky and he's cheeky and all that sort of stuff. But I think he's been doing this for that long and he's been cold for that long. He can be cheeky and however he wants to be, do you get me? In my opinion, because he's earned it. He's done his thing, solidified his thing, and stamped it. I'm cold. What? He can say that, do you get me? I'm cold. What? If you think different, I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong, and I'm gonna tell you how like stupid you are while I'm doing it. I think once you do what he's done, you're allowed to do that. If you ask me.
No, for real. Just rapping as well. Just straight rap bars. Straight bars, really.
Yeah,
Not
he's
many
cold.
of
He's
these in there
cold.
could have put.
Nah, can't even hear that ball. Little baby airball after air. No, there weren't even handles in it. The look, boy, I don't think Quavo must have slapped the ball out his face about 100 times, but I felt bad for the kid. I was like, fuck me, but I just launched the ball and walk off me. Fucking, you look like an idiot.
You see, Lil Baby though. Do you know why I rate Lil Baby? Because I don't know if you noticed, but you see I see a lot of Lil Baby stuff, and it's like that. Do you get me? Like the basketball, where he's not looking stupid, but he's not making a fool of himself. But he's like, you can see that he might shouldn't be there. Do you get me? Like I seen him doing a TikTok with some billionaire CEO daughter or something like that, and he just looks stupid. And I rate that because he's not taking it too serious. Do you get me? Man's just
Yeah.
having fun, making his bag, making the most of all of this, because it might be gone tomorrow, innit? Like he's come from nothing. He don't know how long it's gonna be here, so just have
Yeah,
fun with it, innit?
that's what I get from that. It's just on his paper, man. Man, just get securing the bag by any means. Man, he don't care, like as you say, and he don't take himself too serious. So, man,
Yeah, you gotta rate it.
you gotta rate it still.
Central C is cold.
So you just got that just had a full stop at the end of it, all capitals. Just stamp it. He's cold. I do rate him. I don't know if he's cold. I like the loading track's cold. I don't think he's got a track better than that, in my opinion. And they fall into the good to all right category, if you ask me, innit? I don't think he's cold. I think there's a lot of man he's not really chatting to. But like I said, he only just got here, innit? He's still got a lot to do. By the end of the year, I could change up that completely and say, yeah, he's cold.
Waam.
Yo, one for them. Yo, standard fam. We need to. Do you know what? I'm gonna dash some posts on the Instagram as well. Get the one for them going. Because I know man are messing with the name. I've got a couple messages, on the Twitter. I forgot to promote the Twitter, but I got a couple messages on Twitter saying that the name's cold and that, and it's a good concept for the podcast. So big up to everyone who messaged me on Twitter as well, saying one for them's cold.
Yeah, man, big up, man.
Central C, Bigger D. I say Kadabra since his little comeback, and then who else? I don't know, but there's maybe one or two more they've been putting on for London right now. Not gonna lie.
think, like I said, you don't listen to Joe. Abracadabra is cold. You see how I said Central C is not cold? Because Abracadabra is cold. Some of my favourite tracks from this year, freestyles, and his whole album was sick. I think he's nasty.
Abba's been about for a minute, innit? Abba's been about for a minute.
Yeah,
man.
he's been about for a minute, and then he went for a bit. Because I remember I was in, maybe it might have been late high school or college when that Robbery track came out.
Yeah, the remix as well with Cuts and Corners.
But then now, this year, well, 2020, he went off. He went crazy. That might be, one of them might be my track of the week still, you know, because I'm not going to lie, I was slapping that through the speakers at home. So, I got a question on Instagram. If you could sit down with 3 people, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh. You going first? You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. Dead or alive? Okay, I'll go alive. I think it makes it a bit easier if I go alive. Because I can't think of everyone that's dead as well. That's kind of long sometimes. So, alive, I'm going to go with the thought process. My whole thing is, I'm trying to sit down with these people to learn how they done what they done. Do you get me? But not like how they did it, but like what it took, what they sort of personality that they have and all that sort of stuff. Do you get me? Like what traits they have and what they do. So I'm going with LeBron James. I think he has to be there. It's madness what he's been able to do, plus what he's still doing. Like where he came from and what he's been able to do. Like it's mad. So I go 3 people. I go LeBron James. I'm tempted to go Ronaldo. I can't lie. But I don't know. Ronaldo's just on obviously it's the same as LeBron. He's done a madness and where he's come from. But that's kind of low-key just on a sentimental thing because I'm a United fan. I can't lie. Because I don't think, to me, the whole Ronaldo story, obviously it's inspiring and whatever, but he doesn't, I don't know. LeBron just, it hits home a bit more. It might be just because LeBron's a brother, I'm not going to lie. That might just be why.
But if you ask Ronaldo, who does he care about more, Madrid or United? Who do you think he's going to?
Yeah, I'd probably say Madrid. I don't know. I think it's a toss-up actually, but he definitely done more at Madrid. He's more of a Madrid legend. He's like their all-time top goal scorer. He won like 4 Champions Leagues. Like I'm not no delusional guy, you know. I'm a United fan, but I'm not. That ain't hurting my feelings. Like, I'm not.
You see me, you know Torres and Suarez and them man. I don't want to sit down with them now. Sterling them. I don't want to sit down with them. Yeah, I don't want to sit down with them, fam. They made the switch and it's too late. You get me? I'll sit down with my Gerrards,
you know.
Kenny Dalglish's and John Barnes's and them man. I'll sit down with them man. None of them man who left. I thought the pastures were greener elsewhere.
I think my third one would be, if you asked me a couple of years ago, I definitely would have said Will Smith. And probably still is Will Smith, but I feel like the whole Will Smith thing's been tainted, fam. Kinda. That's got something to do with it. I'm not gonna lie. Because here's what it is, bro. He's Will Smith. Do you get me? He's not no normal brother. He's big Will Smith. So Gal can't be treating him like he's no dickhead. And he just, not treating him like he's a dickhead, but then he's just sat there and he's just took it. What do you mean? Like, you're big Will Smith. But like, as I said, it will still probably be Will Smith because the whole growing up, like Will Smith was the guy. Do you get me?
No, for real.
Fresh Prince to Bad Boys and all of that. Like he was the guy. And once again, what he's done from where he come from is madness, is greatness. And again, as a black man, so they'll probably be my 3. LeBron. I go LeBron, Ronaldo, and Will Smith.
It's funny you say Will Smith because I remember watching Fresh Prince. I used to think that shit was happening like in real time. Like I didn't realize that was old, you know. Like
because as well, we were young when we was watching it.
I thought like we was the same age, like that was running the same time. Like I didn't realize that Will Smith was like old as hell well, not old as hell, but older. I think my top 3's got to be Floyd Mayweather. I'm trying to get a session with Floyd on the pads.
That's not saying he was. I think I said this. I've answered this question. I think Floyd's on it as well. When I've done past answers, because it's the same in it. Greatness.
Yeah, you can't deny it.
Even you can say about personal, whatever, but greatness is greatness, man.
I'd say Floyd. I think I'd want. It'd have to be a business mind. Who would it be? Elon Musk. Even
That's a
though
shout as well.
I feel like I talked to him and he just wouldn't give me what I'd want to know, but I still sit down and chat to him.
Nah, you could definitely. I get like maybe not Elon Musk, but that like sort of person. You get me?
Yeah.
Like that what they've done.
And Virgil Abloh.
That's a shout as well. Have you seen? What did you said, Virgil Abloh? I've seen a tweet, yeah, because he's at LV now, innit? Like, he got some job at LV. Apparently, since he started working at LV, LV have been doing up a madness. I seen there was a fashion runway, and the models were like walking down the runway, and there were other models like wearing the pieces, like the clothes, but they were in the back, like they were in the field, bro, like picking up shit. So that was the first thing that happened, and then they had like and then they had they released a Jamaican LV hoodie, but the colours weren't Jamaican. Like it was meant to be a Jamaican flag, but it was like Rasta. It was instead of black, green and yellow, it was red, green and yellow.
Yeah,
and but it was called Jamaica flag jumper. So I've seen better people giving Virgil Abloh smoke on Twitter, saying since he's gone there, LV must have just hired him as a little, we got a black person in,
so we can
then
do
they
what
can
we
just
want.
run up and just do the stupidness. Yeah.
We got the
We're thinking, nah, that is mad. Because how's he in the building and stuff like? I don't even know where Virgil Abloh's from. I'm not saying he is the representation for black people, but like he's there, innit? So surely this could just, is this okay? Do you get me? Just run it by him or something. So if they have done that, my man said, then he's moving mad.
Well, he was Kanye West's right hand man, innit, Virgil? Because even Kanye West said he was jealous, innit, when Virgil got the job because he wanted to be the director of Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, that is a high up job as well. That is a mad job. I don't even know the story of my man like that because I feel like all of a sudden one day Off-White was just big. Do you get me? Like I heard of people like like Jerry Lorenzo. I heard of people like him, like the guy that does Fear of God. I heard of him, but I never heard of Virgil Abloh. And then boom, Off-White, it's this big thing. But I don't know. I guess if I knew his story, then maybe.
Yeah, because it took me a minute to link that Fear of God with Essentials. I'm not gonna lie.
I knew about it.
Essentials pop out everywhere. I was like, "What's this Essentials thing?" I was like, "Oh, it's Fear of God." Okay.
I knew about Fear of God because I used to just watch videos on YouTube of man talking about like different brands and jeans and all that sort of shit in it. So that's how I heard of Fear of God. And then I think it was when he did the shoe. Do you remember that Nike Fear of God shoe?
Yeah,
he did that, and he was wearing, but on one of the releases, he was wearing one tracksuit. He just said Essentials on it. And then a couple months later, not even a couple months, maybe like a year later, Essentials tracksuit come out and it's just blown up. I don't think it's the exact same tracksuit, but it's the same branding in it. Like it just said Essentials on it. So then that's how I knew the link. Because I was thinking, how are these people getting Fear of God? Because no one went wearing no Fear of God. And then I realized like the way they released it, it wasn't like, it's still Fear of God, but it's not the Fear of God, Fear of God. Do you get me? So I'm like, oh, now that makes sense. Because then I seen bare people going, oh, my man's black, the designer's black. So it's like, yeah, you didn't even know that and you were wearing it before. Don't try copying that now. You were wearing it anyway.
Yeah, they brought it before and then after they found out, after the fact, oh, he's black.
Try and get gassed up off it. That's what I'm saying. It's all fake, man. All the cancel culture and all that. It's all fake. Because when it comes down to it, you weren't looking anyway. You looked because you wanted, you just thought, what is it? And then you just got kind of lucky. What's next? I think we didn't talk sports yesterday, so I think we've been on for about an hour and 10 now. So we'll round out like the last 10 minutes with a bit of sports talk for those that want to get involved. So we'll start off with a quick one we'll go to the football. Obviously, I'm a United fan. We've got to touch on it, bro. I'm a United fan. You're a Liverpool fan. So, so my team won today. I'm not going to lie. We're even a great performance. 3 points. It's 3 points. a lot more than Set Man can talk about because I don't know how many points that you've been getting recently. Did you man even play this weekend?
No, it's just the Champions League game. We're not playing this weekend.
Oh. So who are you playing tomorrow?
No idea, man. I've given up on the Premier League for a minute now. Couldn't even tell you, man. I just follow the Champions League right now.
If the game's in England, you're not involved, no?
Yeah, I don't care now. Anything to do with the Premier League, I don't care. Like,
as I was saying before, I backed you, man. I think it was last week, maybe the week before. I do another like a little podcast with a guy that I went uni with, little sports one, and we had to make top 4 predictions. And I said it come down to Chelsea and Liverpool. I think they'll both pick up enough points. I'm not saying they'll win all the games, but you get me, they'll draw and win to get me a lot more. See, like Chelsea aren't blowing teams out of the water, but they're picking up points to get me. I thought you and Chelsea would be on that, but you look stiff, man. But I think it's Klopp. I'm not gonna lie. I think the injuries and that is like obviously it's peak, but I think you don't have the same players, so you can't play the exact same way. It doesn't work like that. Do you get me? And I get you got your system and that, but bro, when times are hard, you got to change it, fam. And you ain't scoring goals. That's your main problem. You aren't scoring goals. You need to fix that up first.
yeah, man, that's the thing. Like, I just feel like it's one of those problems. It could have been prevented, but I feel like I rate Klopp. I still want Klopp to be the manager, but I feel like he's those managers who learns from his mistakes. He can't really predict it. Like, if he had seen when Van Dijk was injured in January, get us that centre back, he would have seen this coming. Like, you know, even at Dortmund before he left, and he had just that bad spell, and I don't know where they finished, but it was something like 7th in the league or something.
Yeah, it was low.
I just think he's having just that little moment now. I think he still can recover. I got faith he'll recover, but I think we're having a moment at the moment, man. But guys like Jota are coming back and stuff, so you know.
Like as I said, I think the quality you've got quality in your squad in it, and at the end of the day, the quality always like cream rises to the top, proofs in the puds, or them sort of cliche sayings in it. So that's how I judge football really. Like form and whatever. But you man, I got genuine quality in that team to be picking up points. So I think it should get to a point where I don't know. I think it should get to a point where your players realise and it clicks in the head like, yo, we need to fix up. But it could go the other way and your players are just battered and you just give up.
Or we could just win the Champions League, you get me? Or we could just win the Champions League and that's the
thing is, I want us to laugh at you, but like I just said, you've got you've got quality to win.
You know, we got that heritage in Europe. You know what I'm saying? We got that heritage, that number 7. We get that number 7. The season's saved, man. The season's saved.
It is saved. We were saying about the Arsenal fans before and how they can have a terrible season and then they win something. If there's one thing you can have a terrible season and win, and I have an argument that you didn't have a bad season, it's a Champions League. I don't want to hear about no FA Cup. I don't want to hear about no derby.
Bad season and win the FA Cup, man. Come on, the FA Cup.
Yeah, nah. If you win the Champions League, I'm not saying you're right, but we can have the argument. We can definitely have the argument.
But what would you say? The Champions League and finishing outside the top 4 or second?
Oof. Champions League. Yeah.
You gonna take it?
I'll take the Champions League. I'll take the Champions League and like a 5th or 6th. I don't know about a Champions League and a 13th.
I don't think it matters, man. I don't think it matters.
Nah, because you got to think the season is still the majority of it, and you will be going through pain. Because I know, okay, let's say you win the Champions League, you can be happy and whatever. But I know from August till March, you was having a terrible time. You cannot deny that. Do you get me? So I feel like that does come into it to an extent.
I don't mind though if I finish the season a happy man. It doesn't matter. It's all worth it. It was all worth it then.
So we'll go over to basketball. So obviously it actually broke while we was live last week. Like I said, we didn't even touch on any sport. But yeah, the Nets, what they've been doing, the Nets are making moves. Kyrie's been, I think I read a stat over like the last 10 games, he's averaging like 33 points or something like that, 0 turnovers, something ridiculous. KD's out injured as well. They don't even need him. They just got Blake Griffin in. Like it is looking a bit long He's looking a bit long if you're not the
I know.
Nets
Is
right
it?
now.
I'm hearing they might get Drummond.
They're sniffing
There's
around.
talk, sniffing
Yeah.
around. What are they doing with Drummond? Who they got at centre at the moment? What they're gonna have?
They've got
Jake playing
DeAndre
small.
Jordan. Nah, they've got DeAndre Jordan, and then I think they've got their other big isn't great in it. So they just need a big man and just a defensive presence in it, because you know their defense is terrible in it. So they just need a man in there just to clog up the lane, block shots, and then just get boards in it. Nothing complicated. So if they get him, then they're getting someone that's very good at all of that.
They traded Allen in it. I liked Allen at centre for them, man.
Yeah,
Liked
yeah.
him and his
That was
outro.
part of the Harden trade, I think.
Mm.
You got to do what you got to do, though, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Because they're
yeah,
going
Harden,
all
yeah.
out. I don't know, what are you telling me about KD, though? Because I think KD is great. Like, he's cold. But I don't know if I'm rating this whole teaming up thing, bro. Every time he went Warriors, teamed up. Now he's doing it again on an even bigger scale. Like, surely, man. Like, I'm even because when it was just him and Kyrie, it's like, okay, you and Kyrie go and do your thing. Then it's Harden. It's like, oh, jeez. Then it's Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin said KD was the one that recruited him most as well. It's like, come on, G. Like, you're good. You don't need all of this.
I feel like that's just to show just how great of a player he is. He's that efficient. He can team up. Players don't mind teaming up with him because they know they've still got the ball in it. You know, he's not going to hog the ball that much.
Yeah.
So
KD drops
can
28 on like 10 shots.
This is what I'm saying, man. So you can team up with him, and players are going to be happy because they're still getting there's enough of the rock to go around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You team up with these other guys like LeBron and that, you're not getting the rock as much, man. You know what I mean? It's not as easy to team up with those players.
Yeah. Because KD he's different. Like, the way his shot is pure, it looks crisp. And like I said, he's giving you 28 on 10 shots, something dumb like that, missed 2. Do you get
Everywhere,
me? He's dropping in 15 minutes. Do you get me? Like, it's ridiculous. Nothing else really happened in sports this week. Nothing too mad. Anyway, we had little Champions League. Messi's out. Messi and Ronaldo both out. Yeah, or him standing. What do you think about that? Him standing.
What was it? What's his whole point? Like, it's just not making a difference. He feels like.
Yeah, we're saying it's just become something we do now, innit? It's lost like its meaning. I think it's like, I don't think, obviously it always had meaning, but I don't think the people who it was aimed at ever cared. Do you get me? You know, the people who are genuinely racist and are going to tell you to your face to go back to where you come from. They never seen anyone kneel and thought, oh, yeah, do you know what? Gonna think about what I've been doing and where to. I'm not saying there aren't people who it has affected, because I feel like the whole movement probably has affected loads of people. So not the people that are racist, but people that don't know stuff to look up and educate themselves in it. I think it's done that. But for the people who are genuinely racist and grew up racist and the parents are racist and they don't, things like that ain't going to do nothing to change their minds. If anything, it's just going to ramp them up again. Do you get me? I don't feel like it ever hit home to the people who it should have hit home to. So him standing, I don't disagree with it necessarily. Because I do hear what he's saying.
Yeah, it's true. What is it actually doing? What is kneeling actually doing?
Because I'm not trying to get into the whole race movement, but my opinions on it might not be as everyone would think they are. I'm not trying to air it out on fucking podcasts right now, because that's just another combo for a different day. But my views look a bit different still.
I hear you still.
But bun them, man, though. Racist and all that. Fuck them, man. So, what's that's coming up to about just under hour 20, so we'll probably call it quits there, cuz.
Yeah, man. Back next weekend.
Yep, every Sunday, live every Sunday. We'll be back at 9 p.m. next week. I don't know what happened. The show just ended before, so we have to push it back. So, live every week, 9 p.m. YouTube video coming Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And like I said, we need to chat because we're going to be expanding the network in it, the brand. The Waam for Them podcast, it might not just be that anymore, innit? The Waam for Them network. So we'll get chatting, content coming soon, man. Peace.
Peace.
I want do them, me no know. I want do them. I want do them, me no know. I want do them. Roll out the whole mobile empire. I want to blood clot them.